Seiko, Seiko, Seiko. Everyone seems to be talking about Seiko watches, especially the new Seiko 5 GMT. No, this is not a hands-on review of that watch. Wait. Don't go yet. Hear me out because this could be a contentious topic. Why are so many people enamored with Seiko watches? And should you be buying Seiko when there are so many other watch brands with similar or better specifications? I'll explore this question on this episode of Adventures with Time. Bring it on. What is so great about Seiko watches, especially when compared to the countless other brands with similar looks or specifications, many of which are micro brands? Why are there numerous watch enthusiasts who focus on Seiko watches, especially to the exclusion of other brands? Maybe it's due to their seemingly endless variety of models in what we could call the affordable range. There are a ton of Seiko models, so many that it's hard for someone like me to comprehend them all and follow their reference numbers. I think most popular are models from their Prospex, Presage, and Seiko 5 collection. However, lots of people complain that their affordable models lack the desired features such as sapphire crystals, drilled lug holes, and nice bracelets. Not to mention the inconsistent quality assurance that Seiko seems to have, especially with proper alignment of bezels, chapter rings, and indices. If you consume watch videos on YouTube or practically any other watch-related material, you'll undoubtedly see lots of Seiko-related content. Seiko gets a lot of love for their tuna models or the turtles, and there are the monster watches and the Captain Willards. Now they've released the Seiko 5 GMT, which is being smothered with praise for being a sub-500 mechanical GMT. It has the Seiko workhorse 4R movement, which isn't anything to write home about. But I really like the looks of this new watch, especially the SSK 003 with its deep blue dial, perhaps better than my Zelos Horizons GMT. Full disclosure, I have two Seiko watches in my collection. The discontinued SARB 17, better known as the Alpinist. This is actually the first watch I purchased for my collection, and I have the SRPB 55, the Prospex Samurai. I consider the Samurai a beater watch, and it's a watch in which I've replaced the entire movement. And if you're a frequent viewer of my channel, you probably know that I've considered and really want a Grand Seiko in my collection. But let's focus on the Seiko brand today. What Seikos do you own? List them in the comments below. Is Seiko where you get your best bang for the buck? There are many micro brands which build upon Seiko styles, yet add desired elements often missing from the Seiko models. Take, for example, the Islander Automatic Diver ISL 008, which I have in my collection. It is based on the Seiko SKX 007 with the NH36 movement, but adds a sapphire crystal and several other enhancements. This is just one example of the many Seiko clones, many which use Seiko parts, including their movements. Even the new Seiko SSK GMTs have their micro-brand competitors, one being the Vesuviate Volare, which also uses the Seiko NH34A GMT movement. It is less expensive and based on your preferences has better specs. So why are we buying Seiko watches? I mean, what's the advantage of Seiko over these other brands with arguably better specifications? Perhaps it's the comfort of buying a watch from one of the largest watch manufacturers. I found that comfort is not deserving if you're concerned about manufacturing quality or service support. I'll leave links at the end of this video to issues I've had with both. Yes, Seiko is a household name, which you may feel gives you opportunity to flip the watch if you lose interest. Now, that may be true more so with Seiko than some micro brands. However, Seiko has been raising their prices over the past few years, which can be problematic when trying to flip one of their watches. Or maybe you are the type of person that wants the original of something, not a clone. That's okay. I do feel a large part of the appeal of Seiko is that given the brand's prominence and sheer size, collectors who buy or even focus on Seiko watches will feel part of a collector's community. They will always and easily find a cohort of Seiko enthusiasts with whom they can connect. The same is probably not true when one acquires a micro brand with superior specs. You will have an arguably better watch, but rarely will you find a large group of like-minded enthusiasts. That can happen, though, with micro brands such as Zelos, but I feel this is rare. To me, if your goal is to acquire a good-looking watch with the best specs available at the best price, then I would look at alternatives before buying a Seiko. How do you feel about getting a micro-brand clone over Seiko? Have you done this? Let us know the best Seiko alternatives you've come across. Here are 2 videos about my Seiko Samurai, one where I had to return the watch due to misalignment and another about movement issues. And over here is my hands-on review of one of those Seiko clones or lookalikes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.